reached a conclusion in regards to work and finances and the way that most people live their lives, or we're taught to live our lives. One is, I know for certain I don't want to work for the rest of my life. Period. And when I mean work, I mean doing something that I don't want to do for finances. That's what I mean by work. That's how I would define work. I wouldn't define doing things that I actually want to do as work, because obviously I want to do it. Work is generally defined, in my opinion, by trading your time for money, and generally doing something that you would not otherwise do for them.
Okay, tell me why for rent, $3,495 for this little house off of the road. I mean, it's cars and stuff everywhere. There's no privacy. This is like a really busy street, right? $3,000, might as well say $3,500. It's probably gonna be a 3-bedroom. Okay, this is what people are dealing with. See, what we got to do, you got to trick this system. You got to break out of it, right? Because they want, what, 3 times the rent now. You got to make 3 times the rent. Many of these management companies are asking for the first month's rent, the last month's rent, and a security deposit just to move in to get an apartment. And the water and sewage and stuff like that, all of that through the roof. I have an idea. I'm not going to say it right now, but you can break out, we can break out, and you are as well, break out of this cycle, right? What we call the matrix of paying rent for a lifetime while never being able to keep anything for yourself and simply living to pay the bills. The average person goes to work to pay their bills, and that is it.
I got to come over here and admit, y'all got me. You Trump supporters, y'all got me. Hey, y'all boy, he did do something good. He did do something good. Now, since he been in office, the economy has shrunk 2.8%. NASDAQ down, S&P down, shit. Job loss, record highs. That's beside the point. I realized he did do something that he said he would do. He made his first steps toward fixing this economy. Because guess what? Out in Nebraska, they hiring. Out in Missouri, they hiring. Up in Ohio, they're hiring. Yeah. Raul and Sanchez and them gone. They hiring. Oh. You want to bring back manufacturing to America. Remember those good jobs, those good contracting jobs? Out there on the side of the highway, they hiring. In the meat plants, they're hiring. Out there on those farms and orchards, they're hiring right now. Your boy did something good. They hiring. They hiring, y'all.
We're actually reaching a climax in the world right now where I one day this week was thinking, if the system wasn't built on debt, like if people didn't have debt, student loans, car loans, house loans, medical bills, the whole system would crumble. The whole system is based on debt. The fact that people owe other people for things. So once you realize that the whole system is like based on debt, and if you don't have debt, you know, and we judge people like, oh, where's your house? Where's your car? And what that translates to is really, How much debt are you in for the most part? For the
South
average
America, finding a job in the United States now. So if you're looking for a job here in the United States, it's become difficult, if not even a fool's errand. But what do I mean by that? Well, there's a couple of things that have gotten in the way of finding a job here in America if you're a citizen, that's basically making it damn near impossible to gain any upward mobility. So first of all, one of the things we have to talk about are ghost jobs. Yeah, that's right, ghost jobs, mainly on Indeed and other job sites. These are jobs that you apply to and nobody ever contacts you back, yet they stay there and they never get filled, ever. These are called ghost jobs. These are jobs that are posted that the company has no plans of filling. So these ghost jobs are put online without the intention of filling them. You'll apply for them. Thousands of people will apply for them, and they'll never be filled because the jobs are there to show that they're hiring. That's it. It's just optics. So ghost jobs need to be illegal. You can tell these very easily because specifically on Indeed, it'll say it's been there for 30 days or more. Then they'll get rid of the job and then just repost it, and it'll sit there for another month over and over and over again. Then if you do find a job that actually is a real job, then you have to contend with diversity, equity, and inclusion. So if that's DEI, that means if you're white or if you're a male, you're not going to be hired whatsoever. So you have to look specifically and just not apply for those jobs because you know you're not going to get them no matter what. Your name says it all, and they'll just throw your application in the garbage. So then for the younger people who would generally work at jobs that are job site jobs right out of high school or fast food jobs, those are now being taken mostly by illegal aliens in the United States. So there's really no first job for a lot of people. As a matter of fact, 70% of people that graduate high school have never been employed ever. And so if you want to go to college, that's one thing. If you want to go to trade school, generally you'll work on a job site while going to school to get your training for the trade you're doing. But you're not going to be doing that because illegal immigration has taken over the construction field almost exclusively. Same with fast food restaurants. You'll see a whole bunch of grown adults working at McDonald's from foreign countries that are illegal aliens, when generally those would go to high school kids. And so you have ghost jobs you have to contend with, diversity, equity, and inclusion to contend with. Younger people are contending with illegal aliens for their jobs, so they're not learning job or any type of technical skills. Then if you go to trade school, you want to work on the job site. Nope, you have a whole bunch of illegal aliens there. And even if you don't get a company like that, then you have to contend with DEI. On top of that, stagnant wages, no pension, no fucking prospects. So it's no wonder that younger people in the United States basically do nothing for a living except make content. Because a lot of these times, even if they try fucking looking for a job, it's beyond their reach. It's beyond the reach of most Americans. And this is just simply because of a three-pronged approach that's destroying this part of America. One of them being illegal immigration, one of them being DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the other one is fake ghost jobs by companies just propping up their own business for optics. So even with Donald Trump, I don't know if this country can be saved. It looks to me like a lot of people that are, quote, running this country don't give a shit about the citizens at all. It's been that way for a while. So thank God most of us work, because if you were looking for a job right now, specifically as a white man, you would never find shit. And in my opinion, that's done on purpose.
As long as you owe people, your money is really not your money. Now, whether you pay them or not, that's a different set of consequences. But as long as you owe others, whether it's loans or housing, car, whatever, and you need these things in order to live in society, by the way. We live in a very car-dependent society. So for most people, unless you live in New York, certain places, you're going to need a car. You're going to need a place to stay, a safe place to stay, safety and security. You're going to need food and sustenance. But I realized that I don't want to work. I don't want to work for other people.
People are always saying that the average American makes $45,000 a year. Where does the average American work? I want to make $45,000 a year. Are you kidding me? The most I have ever made is $30,000 in a year. Where are these people working that they're making $45,000? Like, don't just tell me that they're making $45,000 a year. Where do they work? Is their job hiring? I need more details. Like, where are they getting these numbers from? I don't think I know anybody in my life who is making $45,000 a year. Like, that is insane. I think that's like the average, only because like there's literal billionaires who are making like so much in a year that like regular people, they're like, oh, the average is 45,000. The average person, I would say, probably makes like 30,000, like 35,000. Like, you're not making $45,000 an hour on like a $15 an hour fast food salary. Like, where are the people who are making $45,000 a year? Where are they working? Are they hiring? Tell me that, America!
The average American is in $8,000 of credit card debt, $38,000 of student loan debt per borrower. You're financing pizzas, and 60% of the general admissions tickets to Coachella are buy now, pay later. America is beyond doomed.
Focusing on being the best that they could be, most men would rather look successful to attract women than get actual money, to really get some bread. Money isn't everything, but it's key ingredient to get into where you need to go to operate freely in society, right? Most guys are intelligent. They can follow directions. Most guys are pretty decent, but they lack the discipline when it comes to females. A woman with a nice shape, the right complexion, just look at them 2 times, smiles, they're flabbergasted. They don't have the discipline, and I believe that we live in a society that doesn't want men to have discipline. They don't want men to be able to turn women down and say, no, not right now, I gotta focus on this. More than ever, guys, you have to build an emergency fund. Even if you have to work a side job, even if you have to learn a new skill, guys, more than ever, you need to have, I would say, 6 months of your expenses saved. This is mandatory. Even if it takes you a year to do it, you may want to stack about $20,000 on average for the average American and put to the side. If you're a couple, you may want to put about $40,000, $50,000 to the side, just in case it hit the fan. That's not really a lot of money the way things are going, but it's enough money to where if you lose your job, if you suffer an injury, you have enough money to where you could plan your next detour.